Governors are reportedly backing President Obama instead of their colleagues in Congress. They are in favor of his stimulus plan because many states need the cash. So could these governors influence Republican senators from their states to side with the president? We're talking now to Democratic pollster and Fox News contributor Doug Schoen and former Republican campaign manager Jay Townsend. Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking to us today.
How are you?
Doug, President Obama's economic aid plan would send billions to states for education, public works, and health care. So it almost seems obvious that the state senators would vote yes on this. Why wouldn't they want that money to come into their states?
Well, the governors would want it. The senators are now more skeptical. They're worried that there's a lot of pork in the bill, that it's more expansive and less focused on the immediate need to produce recovery. And so if you listen to the talk shows this morning, you heard a bipartisan chorus from Ben Nelson and Ken Conrad on the Democratic side to John Kyle and Mitch McConnell on the Republican side, saying that the stimulus package needs to be reworked. And from what Chuck Schumer said on the Democratic side, that's likely to happen this week.
Okay, so then, Jay, as the stimulus plan heads to the Senate, what will get those Republicans to support it then when absolutely none of them voted yes in the House?
To begin with, right now it's not a stimulus bill and it's not a bipartisan bill. There's only 12% of this bill that has anything to do with stimulating anything. Most of it is a federal bailout for states. The problem with that is when they're giving this money to the states, they're not expecting anything to be reformed about how the states administer Medicaid or how they do things. They'll be back to the federal government within a few years after they've spent it all, asking for more. And that's the trouble that these Republican senators have with it. This notion that Republican governors are going to pressure Republican senators to support this thing is a non-starter. There are 22 Republican governors in the country. There are 24 different Republican senators that represent those Republican governors. By and large, they are Republican governors who've minded their store, that kept spending under control. The Republican governors that are screaming the loudest are represented by Democratic senators that you presume would already support this bill. And the one leading the band is a fellow from California who was not able and has not been able and does not seem to have been interested in controlling spending in California.
Okay, so then, Doug, what about the fact that the senators have now gotten to see how the public reacted to the across-the-board no vote from House GOPers? I would imagine these senators have a lot of pressure on them, and you got to make the American people happy. And if this is what the American people want, then why not give it to them?
Well, that's really the issue. The American people want two contradictory things. They want the economy stimulated. They want the infrastructure of this country rebuilt, and the bill does just that. At the same time, the senators know how to count. They saw the House members on the Republican side voted unanimously against it. They know that there's a lot of waste, and they know, as Jay suggested, we're in uncharted waters, and we're not sure what's going to work, and politicians, being cautious people, are reluctant to take steps into the unknown. Hence, we have a lot of skepticism on the Republican and Democratic sides.
Jay, I have a question from a viewer who emails. This is Joe Carrillo writing, I am not a Democrat. I am not crazy about the Obama bailout program. There is too much pork in it, as Doug mentioned earlier, and the Republicans have a right to want to balance it. My question is the bill balanced? If not, how unbalanced is it? Does the bill need to be completely balanced, in your opinion?
The bill must be balanced. With all due respect to President Obama, he made a colossal mistake in letting Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in the House write this bill. When Ronald Reagan wanted a stimulus package in 1981, he wrote the bill. The White House wrote the bill, and they sent it to Congress. Obama let Nancy Pelosi write this bill, and the more we know about what was in it, the more or the less the American people like it. And the fact that the Republicans in the House unanimously opposed the bill woke the country up to the fact that there's a bunch of crap in it. You see, public support for this bill has dropped 13 points over the last week. Only 42% now support it, 39% now oppose it. That's what the Republican senators have seen. Some of this stuff in this bill that the Senate was sent is indefensible.
All right. Well, Jay Townsend and Doug Schoen, thank you both.
Thank you, Julie.
That's all the time we have. Appreciate having you on.
Appreciate it.
Did he say a bunch of crap?
Yeah, he did.
You can say that on Super Bowl Sunday only.
No, you can say it whenever you want around here.
Can you really?
Yeah, we're laid back like that.
We're very plain speaking.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
No F-bombs, though. All right, bailouts. They are not just for Wall Street or